Hello guys, welcome to Data Warriors channel. In this session we are going to discuss about MySQL numeric built-in functions. So these are the our next MySQL numeric built-in functions, power and Sqrt, square root. So basically this both power and Sqrt functions are used in the mathematical calculations. So whenever we have some mathematical calculations, like we have to calculate power of numeric data, or maybe we have to find out the square root. So that time we are going to use this power and square root sqrt functions. Let's start to understand this with help of some practical examples. Okay, so first one is the power, and then another one is the sqrt. Yes, sqrt. So what is the purpose of power and sqrt? To find the power of numeric value, to find the power of numeric value, and then to find the square root of the numeric data. Okay, so how we are going to do that? For example, if I'm asking two's two's second power, what will be the result? 2 second power means 2's sec 2's square, so that means square of 2 is 4, so 4 will be our answer. Okay, and suppose if I'm asking square root of the let's say 9. 9 is a number, and what will be the square root of 9? It will be 3, because 9 is square of 3. Okay. Hmm. Okay, then let start with that. So first I am checking select, and then power function we can use. Inside a power built-in function, what we have to give? We have to specify the number or numeric value like 2, and if I want to find out the second power, so for which power you are looking for, that you have to specify the number, then second, so 2 I am giving. So what it will calculate? 2's square, and some alias name we will give as result. Let me run this. What we got? We have got result as 4. Yes, square of 2 is a 4. And then instead of that, if I want to find out the cube of 2, how we will do that? The same thing will be there. Select power, then inside this our number is still 2. I want to find the cube of 2. Then in place of this power, second power, I have to change the number to 3. So 2's cube we are going to find out now. Let me execute. Yes. So now we are getting result as 8. So what is the cube of 2, guys? Yes, cube of 2 is 8. Means 2 into 2 into 2. 3 times 2 we are multiplying. And 2 into 2 4. 4 into 2 8. Correct. And then similarly we will try to find out square of 4. So how we can do that? Using power. Select power we have to use, and 4 is the number, and we have to find out the square of 4. So 4 and then square means its second power, so 4 comma 2. As a result we will give alias name. Yes, it is giving 16 as a result. And what is the uh, Square of 4, guys. Yeah, it is 16. So fine. And then we will try to understand this with help of one more example. First, we will read all data from the customers table. This is a customers table. Okay. So this is a customers table. Is having this customer ID column. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like these customers IDs are there till 91. Correct. So if I have to find out power of values in the specific column, then how we can do that to the table? Yes, so we can do that. So here first we will retrieve, select specific column, we will select, like select customer ID, I will read, and then after that I can able to find out the power of customer ID using power built-in function. So power of customer ID. So which power I am looking for? I want to find out the square of this customer ID column values. So customer ID comma 2 we have to give for square second power. As we can give some alias name. Okay, what will be the alias name we are going to give? Customer ID squared. We are doing square of customer ID squared. From which table we are doing this? Customers table. What we are doing? Select customer ID, read customer ID data from customers table, then comma. Next column we are going to calculate power, power of this customer ID field values, and comma. Then which power we have to find out them from them second power. So means we want square of them here too as customer ID underscore squared from a customers. Let me execute. Yes, now we have got the result. Like these are the customer ID column one, and this is square of customer ID values. So for one, square of one is one, correct. Square of two is four. Three square is nine. Four square is 16, and fifth square is 25, and so on. It calculated a square of all 91 customers ID. Now we will try to understand SQRT, SQRT built-in functions, and how we can use that. So for using that, we have to write select to read the data, and then SQRT function we will use. Inside that, we have to specify or provide the number of which we want to find out the square root. So if I am passing 2, I want to find out the square root of 2. Then select SQRT 2 as square root of 2. Alias name I am giving this. So AS keyword we can mention. So what is the square root of 2? 1.414. Okay. Now it is giving lot of like numbers after that, so many. So it's having that precision. So if we want to limit it, so we can round that number to the specific. How we can round that? Using round method, which we learned as part of our previous session. Select round, then this sqrt2 is deriving that, calculating that value. After that we have to give the number of decimals or precision. So 2 up to second, up to 2 decimal points we are rounding, and then close this and run this. Yeah, 1.41 came. And similarly we will try to understand apply this sqrt or square root built-in functions to the one of the tables. So first read all data from products table. How to read? Select star from products. Let me execute this. Now if we will see here, price column is there, 18, 19, 10, 22. So what we can do, if I have to find out the square root of price, how I can do? Select, I will write, then I will write a price price column as it is I want first, and then Sqrt method I will use. Square root of price, only price column we have to pass, then as square root of price, alias name I am giving, and then from which table I am doing products. Let me exit. So what we did, select price column as it is, and then we have calculated square root of the price values as square root of price column, and then from products table. But it is giving so many numbers after decimal point. So if I have to round those up to 3 decimal places, how I can do that? Here I have to use round built-in functions for rounding of the numeric values. So round, it will accept this one is the values inside that square root values, and then another parameter as up to 3 decimal points I want. So 3. Yes. So 18's square root will be 4.24. So that way values came. Like 81 is there. So what is the square root of 81? 9, because 81 is the square of 9. So this way power and square root built-in functions from the numeric functions category works, guys, and these are very easy to use, and these are the some practical examples we saw as part of this session. Thank you, guys. We'll see you in the next session.